So we do fully embrace and lean in the fact that we're like, hey, trade for that guy. Hey, sign that guy. Hey, draft that guy. Just because we get so excited. It's not love the one you're with, but also, look around, right? So we're finding new angles to introduce. Hey, the Vikings should trade for this guy. So Niners fan site Niner Noise suggested this week that maybe the Niners should consider flipping former second round pick Dante Pettis to the Minnesota Vikings. It would make sense. Gary Kubiak and Kyle Shanahan go way back like chiropractic. So let's talk about it today. Get it done. So, background, 24 years old, wide receiver, 6'1", a buck 95, former three-star recruit from San Juan Capistrano, CA. Dad played in the major leagues, as well as cousin Austin Pettis. May remember the name. Had 4 or 5 seasons with the Rams back in the day. Dante committed to the Washington Huskies. And remember, played with Jake Browning, John Ross, 2017 magical season. Just everyone getting it together. It was great. Breakout season was 2016, put up 53 catches, 822 yards, 15 touchdowns, was a first-team All-American, first-team All-Pac-12, yada, 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 and you know the story. But the big thing about Pettis is his punt return ability. Absolute stud. Senior season, just completely ripped it off, 20.4 yards per return, plus 4 touchdowns, which is insane. NCAA all-time career punt return touchdown leader with 9, which... hell of an honor. It just is. Did miss the combine and pro day with ankle injuries, but was still taken second round, number 44 overall by the Niners in 2018. And despite some injury concerns, smooth route runner, great hands. Every catch turns into a punt return. I mean, honestly, his scout report's a lot like Brandon Ayuk, who the Niners drafted to essentially replace Pettis, but yeah, I really liked him in the draft process. If the Vikings could have snagged him in 2018, sure, but of course at 44, he was going to be out of range for the Vikes. Ironically, his debut was week 1 at US Bank Stadium, Niners at Vikings. Had 2 catches for 61 yards and a touchdown on 5 targets. A highlight was when he turned a little swing pass from Jimmy Garoppolo, because aren't they all swing passes, into a big 39-yard gain. 27 catches, 467 yards receiving, 5 touchdowns as a rookie in 2018. And the future looked pretty bright. You have this young, dynamic receiver, adding a little bit of weight, hopefully cutting down on some of the injuries and holding up to the durability of being an NFL receiver. Also getting a little bit better, getting off a press, having more of ability to play outside. All that was like, all right, future is bright for Dante Pettis. Then 2019 happened, and he was effectively benched, healthy scratch for a number of games. He was in Kyle Shanahan's doghouse. Shanahan said that Pettis lacked urgency, whatever that means. Put up 11 catches, 109 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and was just Pettis was even inactive for the Super Bowl, which okay. So also we talk about John Ross was a dynamic kick returner at Washington, but the Bengals, in their infinite wisdom, have used John Ross on a grand total of 0. Goose egg. D'Angelo Russell kick returns his career with the Bengals, as well as Dante Pettis. So being the GOAT, college football punt returner, he's only returned 9 punts in his Niners career. All of them were in 2018 when he was a rookie, which just, it's mind-blowing, isn't it? Yeah, and also with the drafting of Ayuk now out of Arizona State, he's obviously going to be the punt returner, so that job is gone. So I think the Niners are pretty clearly done with him. Also, the Niners only had 5 draft picks because remember they traded up with the Vikings to get Brandon Ayuk. They spent 40% of their draft picks on wide receivers. They also picked up Jawan Jennings in the 7th round out of Tennessee. So it's over. It's done. I mean, even with the injury to Deebo Samuel, I mean, Pettis is out. I think it's finito. So what will it take to pry him from the Niners? Well, the Niners did spend a second-round pick on him 2 years ago. I mean, so they don't necessarily want to give him away. But would a 4th-round pick get it done? I think it might. I mean, if he's completely done, they can recoup some value for him. sure, I think they would go for it. Vikings already have 3 fourth-rounders anyways, since they have the Bears as well as the Bills from the Stephon Diggs trade in tow. So why the hell not? Plus, like we say, Kubiak and Shanahan go way back like chiropractic, so maybe Kyle could give the lowdown to Gary exactly what's going on with Pettis, as well as Kirk Cousins and Shanahan also know each other. Plus Jake Browning. I mean, Jake Browning should Rick Spielman should get Jake Browning on the horn and be like, hey, what's up with your guy Dante Pettis? Like, does he work hard? Does he do this? Was he that? Was he like in college? Blah, blah, blah. So the Vikings could easily get a ton of information and do their homework on Dante Pettis if they think that's going to be a good fit, if they think he could benefit from a change of scenery. It would make a ton of sense. Plus, Spielman and Lynch have already done a ton of business, as you saw in the draft from before. So I think that if the Vikings deem him as salvageable, 4th-round pick, especially when you have a wealth of draft picks, draft capital in 2021 anyway, I think it's worth a shot. Just adding him to the wide receiver room, throwing him in the return mix. KJ Osborne can return kicks. Dante Pettis can return punts. Maybe Pettis works his way up to wide receiver 4-3, maybe even higher than that. We'll see. Yeah. But your thoughts? Vikings should trade for Dante Pettis. There you go. Just got it in. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. You want to support the work, pull us up in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.